Hi, everybody. It's another edition with our good friends at First Financial, and we are here with Alice P. Stevens, the Chief Operating Officer for First Financial. How are you, Alice?
Very well, thank you.
We're talking mortgages today.
Yes.
And I know we got a lot of questions from listeners, and we want to catch up on some of those. So let's dig right in. Let's hear what the listeners are asking.
Okay. Well, one of the first questions that we received is from a member who says that they have paid off their first mortgage on their property, and they are asking whether it's a good idea for them to cash in part of their Roth IRA and pay off a second mortgage, a home equity loan that they have. And first of all, I'd like to say that that's really a question that you'd want to ask either your CPA or your financial planner to get the most complete answer that you need, because there are a lot of opportunities that you could have to use those funds in different ways. And with rates as low as they are right now, it may not be your best option to pay off a low-rate loan. Also, you may be getting some tax benefit from the interest that you're paying on that second mortgage, and it would not be the best option for you to use. So that is really a question that's kind of complicated, and you probably would want to talk with your financial planner.
So it could be one way to go, but might not be the best option for you.
Exactly. And just to make sure everyone is aware, First Financial does offer a free financial planning session to any of our members through our First Financial Investment and Retirement Center. So that's a great question for Lou Paolillo.
Sounds great. All right, what's another question from a listener?
We also have a question about how much of a percentage rate change in interest should you have to seriously consider a refinance for your home?
Great question.
And that, unfortunately, too, is not a single scenario question either. But just to give a couple of ideas of the things that should be considered, how long you plan to stay in your home is very important, because if you're reducing your interest rate, you're also investing in some closing costs, and you want to make sure that you're not only going to recuperate those closing costs, but you'll be in the home long enough to get a significant savings beyond that recuperation as well. The general rule of thumb is that you need to probably reduce your rate by about 2% in order, in the average scenario, to make it worth refinancing.
And that's 2% from what you're normally paying monthly?
2% from your existing rate.
Once you've recouped the money you put up front. All right, I think we have time for one more question.
The last question I had is it better to rent or buy in today's market? And that's another one that it depends. You definitely are in a great position to buy today because rates are very low. They're historically low. And if you are able to comfortably get into an obligation for a home, then this is a wonderful time to do it. I would suggest that you, again, take time to spend some time on a budget, and that you look at getting pre-approved before you go out so that you can know exactly what you can afford, and then make sure you also have enough money down that you're able to get a good mortgage product at a good rate in order to get the best long-term investment for yourself.
Now, at First Financial, there are so many fantastic resources and so many ways to get your questions answered. Give us details on how people can find out more, how they can get in touch with some of the experts at First Financial.
Well, we do have a website that our members can, or even non-members, can send in questions to us to have answered at www.firstffcu.com. And then also you can call 866-750-0100 and choose option 2 to speak to a mortgage expert on the phone as well. And, of course, we do have 5 branches that we encourage people to come in and spend some time with a financial service consultant.
It's almost when you make that phone call, you've got yourself a team. You kind of thought you were alone with this, but there's a lot of people at First Financial who want to help you out.
That's right. It's a complicated issue, and it's a huge part of your financial future, and you do want to hook up with somebody that you can trust in order to make sure that you're going to get the best product and make the best decision.
All right, Alice P. Stevens, Chief Operating Officer, First Financial. Great to see you again. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.